Oh, snap. Hey, y'all, it's your girl, Miss Queet, and I am popping in with a quick video. I'm laughing because I hit the record button as I was preparing to to hit the record button. So I said, let me just roll with it because due to things I can't mention right now, I delayed making this video. Really because I didn't have no other choice. And now I'm in a moment where I can be alone and have some time to reflect. However, I don't have that much time because my phone is currently at 29%, and also I'm outside, so I'm using the light of the sun, and currently the sun is going down. So I just wanted to, honestly, as always, I always ask and pray for God and my angels to guide my words, guide my heart, guide my tongue, guide my actions, guide my thoughts, guide my deeds. And with this energy, and it's been heavy, it's been potent, and I feel it. But I find myself, okay, I always use this example. Confidence, I find myself shrinking. And yes, other people have played a part. Their actions have played a part in me shrinking. And I don't want to say I'm dimming my light, but at the same time, I'm dimming my light because of, my bad, y'all, my nose ran. Because, like I said, I apologize. It's so much that I want to say, and it's so much I can't say. And at the end of the day, I just keep taking accountability for my actions and for what the things I have said and not said. And it's like I'm stuck between a place where I want to be outside, and at the same time, I want to keep to myself. I'm at a place where it's bittersweet. It's like half and half. It's like I don't feel protected, but at the same time, I feel protected and secure because I got me, you know, looking for outside help and outside support just for the smallest of things, and, you know, still telling myself that everything is going to work out in my favor. I apologize, y'all, because it's like, because of other people's identities, because of me and my current situation and what I'm going through, which was a choice because everything that has led up to this point in my life has been choices that I have made, choices that I have stepped out in faith and in hope, praying that the divine would hold me, would cover me, would protect me, and wanting to see, to feel, to discover, to actually hold something tangible, showing that I'm safe, that I made it, that I'm making it, that everything is okay. And like I said yesterday, yesterday I made a video stating, basically, I just keep shrinking. I keep pulling myself back because of how uncomfortable it has made others feel. And I hate being put in a box. I hate being judged for just being me when I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not. And then it's like, you have to, unfortunately, because I'm not self-sufficient at this moment, which, I mean, I guess they go hand in hand because I'm still trying to create a better world for myself. But because I have to rely on other people for certain things, it's like, keep your head down. Don't say anything. Keep your head down. Don't say anything. And hopefully you can just ride the wave into the next stepping stone. And you know what can I do? Because what can I do? I was finna tell too much, y'all. I really was. And, you know, I honestly thought that by this point, because like I said, for those of you all who are new to my channel, that was July when I got evicted. And I've been through so many changes, and I've seen, because everyone is going through something. So I don't take away from that. But just to see the real side of everybody, including myself, because like I said, I've gotten to a point where I'm content with nothing. And it reminds me of the saying that you will own nothing and be happy. I think that's how. Ooh, and y'all don't quote me because I forgot. But you know, the political, you will own nothing and be happy. Hold on, y'all, pause. And so that's how I kind of feel like I'm I'm happy, and at the same time it's different, because it's like I'm still on somebody else's time. I'm still on divine time. I feel like I really don't have free will, because like I said in the past, at every opportunity, at every chance, at everything I tried to discover or try to create for myself, it's like it got snatched away from me. So and at one point I didn't feel like I deserved to be happy, because it seemed like nothing around me was ever worth being happy about. And that's what ended up getting me into, you know, doing my gratitude. Like I said, I would do my Thankful Thursdays especially. Or, you know, just setting aside time to thank God, Source, Mother Earth, all that I acknowledge, to thank them for everything. My angels, my spirit team. And at the same time, it's like, it's like divine timing sucks, because, and free will kind of sucks because it's non-existent. Because the all-knowing, all-wise, the Most High already has ordered my steps. So it's like I literally have to keep going, taking steps that I don't want to take. But the divine has already ordered my steps. So I don't have a choice but to do it. I don't have a choice but to move, but to go, but to try, but to push, but to create. Especially since, you know, egoically, I want some of these things for myself. I want to be, and I know it's a new world. The old world is collapsing, and, you know, certain things we just can't go back to. We won't be able to go back to. And I guess all that has prepared me for this morning. For this moment. Because none of us know what's coming next. You know, we all talk about the things that they show us in movies, and you know, predicting. Now y'all, if they do that, what's that movie with the chemicals, with the Well, them plants was making everybody unalive themselves. Now if they actually if they actually come through with that, they on some other stuff. But you know, and a lot of these movies I haven't seen, like what is it? We Were the Last. Get Out. It's a lot of movies, but if you know, you know. I just feel like a part of the old Queet is clinging on, and it's like I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do because I'm not in a place where I could be fully self-sufficient, fully rely on myself, fully trust. It was easier for me to pop my shit when, like, I'm still popping my shit, but it was easier for me to pop my shit knowing that I had a check coming and knowing that the check was coming because I was busting my ass to get it. And that was like divine timing. I get what I need as needed, I guess. And it sucks because even though I don't want to take away from that, because that is still abundance. That is still prosperity. You know, just knowing that all my needs have been provided, you know, just not my wants. And am I I say delusional because I be dreaming big, like having high aspirations for myself. But in my delusional mind, it's like, for me, part of heaven on earth would actually have it in the tangible, have my wants in the tangible, not just my needs. Like, I want to get up and go right now. I want to leave. I want to do something. And this is not my car, so I can't go anywhere. I don't have funds for Uber or Lyft. And then it's like, well, Queet, where would you go? Because where would I go besides going somewhere to spend some money, to get something to eat, to buy some clothes or shoes or makeup? And so I find myself now, as I'm making this video, I find myself asking, well, Queet, what do you really want? Because do you want to just go? Well, yes, I would. Like right now, okay, if I could right now, I would call up somebody. Well, I already know who, because I already know who. One of my 4 fingers. And actually, it's down to 3. One of my 3 fingers, shoot, actually it's down to 2. I would call them 2 fingers. And I would say, hey, y'all, let's go meet up at the Mexican, at the restaurant, or somewhere where we can have some drinks, or you know, just some chill, some vibe. Oh no, I know the spot. It is not the Mexican. I would call my 2 fingers, and I would say, hey, let's go to the spot. Let's go to the spot and let's just dance, and let's just have some food, and let's just unwind and live in the present moment and forget about problems of the past and anxiety of the future, and let's just vibe and love on each other and have a great time. And I can't do it, not in this moment. I can call them, but the rest of it goes out the window. And I would go get something to eat. That was my vice. That was my go-to, something that I ran to run away from my problems. Getting that dopamine hit from stuffing my face. And I'm not mad at that, because as someone I heard say, we all have a vice, or we all need a vice. And being overweight is just visible signs of our vices. But I say that to say, I'm proud of that part of me. I'm proud of that part of me that experienced that journey of always running to something to run away from something. I ran to food to run away from all the hurt that I was enduring, all the pain, all the suffering, and all the challenges. I ran to shopping because, one, when you look good, you feel good. And that was almost therapeutic, because I wasn't looking to impress anybody. I was just looking to impress myself. I wanted to make a good impression for myself every day. I wanted to step out looking like her, even though, even though on one hand, I have the vices. So it's like, okay, you're still overweight and you still, have this one thing, but you still pretty. For those, if you know, because we all got our own vices. Some of y'all on some other stuff. Some of y'all on some heavy stuff. Some of y'all like to gamble. We and if you don't know your limits, that's where I feel like it becomes dangerous. And for me, I kind of made excuses because, hold on. I made excuses because I didn't really know my limits because of the disadvantage and being able to carry my vice. I'm gonna say I made it look easy because I was still moving, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy carrying all that weight, physically, mentally, emotionally. When my mom was sick, and ultimately when she passed, because I was doing so good, y'all, I was so consistent. I had came up, I discovered different people on YouTube because I had been doing my spiritual healing. That's when I really say journey of actually knowing, like, oh shit, Quit, this is spiritual warfare. And oh shit, Quit, like, look at your gifts, skills, and talents that you are discovering. Look at my healing. So when I discovered, like, oh shit, Quit, you really are on a healing journey. You've been hurt. You've been overcame some stuff. You're enduring some things, and it's like, but you got to get your life together because no one is coming to save you. You got to save yourself. So 2019 is when a light bulb moment hit off, and it was like, I started finding different ways, looking up different ways to become the woman who is making this video for you today. And who will be a better woman tomorrow. If God willing, I'm here to see tomorrow. And I say all that. Oh, okay. I say all that to say, because like I said, I suffered and endured so much. And unknowingly, I held on to it. I held on to it with my body. I held on to it consuming the foods. I held on to it shopping. I held on to it clinging to the tangible things that I no longer have. I held on to it being a dog mom and loving on my fur babies and my turtles. I held on to it shopping and filling up my storage unit that they say I still owe them, and I no longer have it, because out of all the work that I put into it, Oh my God, y'all. And I did. And that's where it kind of feel like for me like a slap in the face, even though I know it's for a divine purpose. Because if y'all only knew the times, the trips, the amount of money and payments I made, the things that I did that I don't think I could say on camera. And and you know, it's like you did all that just to end up losing it all anyway. And ultimately I say let go. But it's like, and then they say you still owe them because my unit was full. But whoever purchased it got it for a steal because they only paid like $200. And I know it was worth more than that. The things that I bought was worth. And at one point I got salty when I found out it was because I did make a video, but when I found out that my unit had sold and sold for so little of a price, I had said to myself, I hope everything in there had went bad, had just like molded. I hope the rats had chewed everything up because I was pissed. I was so pissed. And hold on, pause. Let me see. And to even more than that, I was pissed at God because I'm like, you saw the work. You saw me moving. You saw me praying. You saw me fasting. You saw me asking. You saw me blessing. You saw me you saw me working. Just being resilient, being persistent, letting my work show. And I'm gonna say, and you what they say, you judge a tree by the fruit it bears. So it felt like everything went down the drain for me to, oh my bad, y'all. Them fingers close. But it felt and I'm oh, excuse me. Like ultimately, I know in the future, it's definitely it ain't today. It is not gonna be today, because for one, the day is done. I just know. I'm hoping. I'm almost coming back to a place of. I won't say I'm in a place of lack, but it's like. After all of that, after all the work that I did, after all the effort, and then to ultimately, in other people's eyes, they will say I failed. Because at one point I said I failed because I knew what I was striving for. I knew what I was working towards. And so to get to this place now where it's kind of like I'm still in the void, I'm still remaining positive, and at the same time I'm still having to shrink myself. I'm still having to hold my head down. I'm still having to keep quiet. I'm still having to fast. I'm still praying. I'm still working with what I have. And in the end, well, I mean, it's not over. What do I do next? Where can I go when I have nowhere to go? Who can I call when I really don't have no one to call? I know I count my 2 fingers, but we all got enough going on. And another part of that, oh, damn, that bird beautiful. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, okay. My bad. The bird beautiful. And I say another, y'all, Hold on, pause for the calls. I'm not gonna lie, I'm adjusting my nose ring. But I'm saying I keep pausing, y'all. And one day I'm gonna get over that threshold where I could just make this video and not feel like I'm be stepping on toes, or not feel like I'm gonna insult somebody, or not feel. And I'm not talking about y'all on YouTube, because yeah, you know, technically, while this is content, especially for myself, it's not real world touching grass. So I try to be mindful to protect myself and those around me, because don't none of us really know how the story is gonna end. My bad, y'all. And I hope I'm making sense. My bad, y'all. I hope I'm making sense. I just y'all, I was like, why am I doing this on camera? I apologize, y'all. I just that bothers me. Because I apologize, I smacked. I want to feel safe and protected and peace from those around me. I want to be able to be in a space where I can be myself and it's okay. I want to be around those or others that will not jump to anger as a first reaction or emotion for everything. Literally anything, everything. Like, I literally feel like the blame or the target. I literally feel like I'm the blame or the target for other people's insecurities, for other people's shit, I would say jealousy too. Like, even though I'm not working, even though it's, well, you know, not in the sense of somebody paying me right now, but even though I'm not working and I keep moving with a smile on my face, people will get jealous of that. Like, how this bitch broke and happy? How this bitch broke and happy? And because I noticed I have a lot of male viewers, and I'm grateful. Actually, most of y'all, I don't know how that happened with the algorithm, but I am grateful for all my viewers. And because I enjoy talking to both men and women. And at the same time, especially when it comes to men, I be looking for the leadership qualities when I'm talking to these men as the same. I be looking for the qualities of leadership, because men say that they are the leaders. That's what they say. I look for the qualities of leadership that I've read in books, that I've seen online and in stories. And oh, my bad, my phone. I just look for because I'm not looking to be led anyway, because I'm not looking to be led. However, when men say they are the leaders, I question, where are you leading me to? Why would I follow your leadership when we don't align? I don't want to talk to somebody And I'm giving you all my emotional support. I'm giving you all intellectual support. Like, literally, I'm giving you physical support. I'm pouring into you so much, give you all these things, and yet I can't receive anything in reciprocity. And right now it's like a financial thing where it's like that's being dangled over my head. Because it's like, well, you can't pay for nothing. I'm talking about me, being told, well, what are you paying for? And I keep saying it's more to life than just payment. It's more to life than money, even though in the Bible it says money is everything. Money answers everything. But does it? Does money really answer everything? Because I would rather you be kind to me. I'm being biased right now because I do want I want the money. I want the money. But I would rather be treated with kindness and shown and given the same respect that I give you just for existing. I often say, because I heard something earlier about people fearing the divine feminine because the divine feminine can't be controlled. And for my situation, that's what it feel like I'm faced with. Wanting to be controlled. Like others' egos wanting to control everything around them. Want to control me. Want to control the outcomes. And it's frustrating trying to be bold and be myself and stand out and be proud of who I am because I love me. I'm my girl. And other people who fear, and I'm not being specific, I'm just this is what I've noticed, a pattern. Other people who fear being themselves, who have anxiety about what others think about them, who don't say nice things to themselves, but they want to control or try to control everything around them. I apologize, y'all. I apologize because it's so much I want to say, and unfortunately, y'all motherfuckers, unfortunately, it's a lot of sensitive people in this world. And unfortunately, it's a lot of people who they look to misunderstand others. So if you have made it this far, I know I normally ask for emojis, but I want to know, what does leadership look like to you? Because like I said, I've read so many books. I've watched and studied so many, a lot to know or to be shown what leadership is or what to look for in someone who considers themselves a leader. I'm not saying it's just, just to be saying it. I'm saying this from people who egoically say that they are the leaders. And yet, I, who also consider myself a leader in my own divine right and in my own divine way, I don't see it. So, because, like I said, I apologize. I just got to bring it back because it still keeps sticking with me when I read that verse in the Bible that stated that if a man being an imbecile and lower than a non-believer, if he's not kind to his family. Okay, I'm about to go. All right, y'all. Y'all made this far. Tell me what your interpretation of what a leader is. Do you consider yourself a leader? Or are you looking to be led? Are you a sheep? Do you just go with the flow because of what everybody else, or go with what society is doing? Or do you stand out on your own? Are you afraid to stand out? I'm going to say, because I'm not. My actions show that I'm not. I'm not afraid to be bold. I'm not afraid to take accountability. I'm not afraid to speak my truth. I'm not afraid to stand tall and firm and confident in who I am. I'm not afraid to admit when I've been wrong. Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay. All right. That's it. Y'all, I'm gonna say pray for me, but keep me uplifted. Keep positive thoughts. And y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share if you feel like there's someone who needs to hear this message. I just wanted to express myself the way I know how, or the way I have been able to share, because I go back and watch my own content. I watch my own videos and keep myself motivated and uplifted for my next breakthrough, for my next miracle, for my next challenge that I'm going to have to overcome. New levels, new devils. All right, y'all. Because I'm just looking at the time. I'm like, you just talking, girl. And it's so crazy because when I first started this channel, my intent, I wrote, I know I said I was done, but I literally wrote it down. Like, my goal for this channel was just to have, and you can see, if you go back to when I first started creating content, my goal was to have videos a minute or less, and my words, I wanted to try to have impactful words that could help someone and help myself. But it I wanted it to be quick because people just don't pay attention no more, unfortunately. People, yeah, the microwave popcorn society. So that was my intent. So for me to go from just doing a minute video to now me sitting here and I'm almost at 40 and I'm getting better, I'm practicing, I'm flowing more with my words, and my thoughts. And like I said, the main thing that hold me back is not trying to step on other people's toes. And I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about those who are a part of my inner world, of my reality, where I am. Not trying to step on those toes as a form of protection. Okay, that's the last thing I'm going to say. All right, anyway, thank you all for watching. I have to reflect on some more things because I don't know. Maybe it's time for me to make more changes, which is a good thing because change is constant. All right, y'all, that's it. I'll holler at y'all later. Oh, you know what? I'm going to top these little last 10 seconds. I hope y'all have the most wonderful day. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay talented, stay creative, stay abundant, stay uplifted, and know that you are that chick, that dude, and peace.